Hello. I'm James, and I live in Manchester in the UK. And you're listening to English with a Brew, a podcast where I talk about different day-to-day topics to help you learn English the most natural way possible. And that is only by listening to it. If you want to support this podcast, read transcripts, and get exclusive access to more content, go to patreon.com/English with a Brew. So, as we say in Manchester, get a brew on and let's get started. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Welcome to another spooky special episode. I hope you're enjoying a change from the normal episodes because, well, I don't know if you realise, but I am. So far, we've talked about folk stories, aliens, and ghosts. And today we're talking about something that could have any of those things. Because we're talking about scary movies or horror movies. Now that it's October, the evenings are darker here in the UK. And so I think there is no better way to spend an evening than watching a scary movie. You can do it with your partner, with your friends, or by yourself if you're feeling brave. And I think the best way to watch a scary movie is to wait until it's dark outside, turn off all the lights in the house, prepare some snacks, something to eat, and then get comfortable on the sofa. You need to create the right ambience for this kind of film. But what makes a good horror movie? What are some of the characteristics or traits of scary movies? Well, one thing I think all scary movies need to have is suspense. Suspense is the feeling that something is always waiting to happen at any moment. Suspense can make you feel nervous, anxious, and excited all at the same time. There's so much anticipation. You can create suspense in different ways. Some movies do it through atmosphere, or the way the movie is shot, which means the camera angles it uses, or the lighting, for example. Or sometimes there are clues throughout the movie. There are hidden things that maybe you see, or maybe you don't, in the background that the characters don't notice. And suddenly, something happens when you least expect it. And that is a jump scare, another characteristic of a scary movie. Jump scares are supposed to surprise you, to shock you, and to frighten you when you are not ready. Another important element of scary movies is the soundtrack, the music that plays throughout the movie. The music can add to the suspense and the atmosphere, and some of the most famous and best scary movies have iconic soundtracks that you recognize immediately. But why do we like horror movies? Why do we enjoy them? Why do we like to be scared? Well, there is a logical reason. In fact, there is a neuropsychological reason. Because when we get scared, we get a rush of adrenaline, a chemical made by our bodies, in two glands called the adrenal glands. And our adrenal glands are located on our kidneys. And this adrenaline causes our brains to release other chemicals, dopamine and endorphins. All of these chemicals released at the same time, can give us a feeling of euphoria. And so that's why some things that should be scary can also be exciting. A roller coaster at a theme park, stories about ghosts or aliens, or a scary movie at the cinema. But everyone is different. Some people love scary movies and others no. So I'm interested to know, do you like to be scared? Which scary movie is your favourite? Let me know, and hopefully we'll see each other in the next episode. That's everything for today's episode of English with a Brew. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you did or if you didn't, and tell me what topics you'd like to hear me talk about in future episodes. And don't forget, if you want to support this podcast and get access to all of the exclusive episodes, you can do that on my Patreon page. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time it is where you are right now. Take care.